Are you prepared, South Africa? Just 4 days ago, until the domestic terrorist threat to South Africans, white South Africans in particular, and to foreign nationals in South Africa. Today's June 26th. We're just 4 days away. It wasn't until today that the president of South Africa reached out to the traditional monarchs of these kingdoms in South Africa, like the Zulu king and others, to ask for their help in admonishing their ethnic groups, their followers, to behave themselves. In fact, the Zulu king has reached out through his leader of his impis. Why does the Zulu kingdom have regiments? It's not a country, yet it has regiments. Are they just ceremonial? I suppose they are. But he reached out through the commander of the impis to tell them to protect foreign nationals. June 30th is a deadline that March and March is given for foreign nationals to leave the country. Now, the leader of that group, Jacinta Nkubisi Zuma, claims that it's illegal foreigners that they want out of the country. But many of her adherents and followers are telling all foreigners to leave the country. And in fact, they've gone beyond that and they've threatened white South Africans to leave the country. This is out of control. Are you prepared for what's coming, folks? Have you prepared? Have you made plans for what's happening? Are you staying home from work? Put together plans for that day? Do you have brick radios? Or are you relying on mobile networks? Mobile networks are not your friends. They will be saturated on June 29th, June 30th. And on June 30th, if things go awry, you'll find that your messages won't be getting through or they'll be delayed as capacity is strained. So keep that in mind. Do you have food and water and power banks and batteries stored? Because you're going to need them. Let's assume that the government of South Africa, which now claims it's actually preparing and is prepared to take on all contingencies, can actually handle this. While all the police are diverted to major metropolitan areas dealing with protest, lawful protest, and with illegal activity, looting possibly, and attacks on foreign nationals possibly, while they're diverted there to townships, informal settlements, and major metropolitan areas, who's guarding rural South Africans? Who's protecting the people in Senekal, or in Uppington, or in the Free State? Well, Senekal's in the Free State, or in rural parts of KZN or Gauteng. All the police will be busy doing something else, and the military. Be careful of syndicates out looking to attack people on that day, or that evening or the night before, as police are pre-positioned away from the places where they're needed. Who's talked about this? Is anybody prepared for this contingency? Now, I hope it's a big nothing burger, and I would be very happy to see nothing serious happen. But what people seem to forget is that March and March hasn't requested that foreign nationals leave by June 30th. They've threatened them and said they have a deadline to leave by June 30th. So what happens if they don't leave? We've already seen Mozambicans, Ghanaians, Malawians murdered by vigilantes who are xenophobic and Afrophobic and don't want people in South Africa. So if you're not prepared, be forewarned. If nothing happens, great. But given the state of security in South Africa, you should always be prepared well in advance. The bottom line here, folks, is the government doesn't have the capacity to stop evildoers if they want to do evil on the 30th of June. They cannot respond. And it all hinges on how they respond to the first incident where violence is necessary to quash a protest that's gotten out of hand or attacks on foreign nationals in formal settlements. Depending on how the government of South Africa responds, that will determine which direction this goes on June 30th. So be prepared. Be forewarned. It's not going to be pretty. Let's hope it's a nothing burger.